Roy Ayers, one of the greatest artists ever. You know, when you listen to music, it's supposed to take you places. It's supposed to give you a journey. This is what this man's music did. One of those artists that you couldn't put him in a box. Yeah, it hit you with jazz funk. Yeah, it hit you with the tradition, but yet it hit you with something soulful, such a sonic force, such innovative texture. And yes, all due respect to Lionel Hampton, rest in peace, one of the greatest musicians ever, and the first man I ever listened to that played the vibes, who you did, as Quincy Jones did say, was a pioneer of rock and roll. However, when I go from less to Lionel Hampton's greatness, he was great. Roy Ayers hit you in a different totality because then he brought you with the jazz traditions, but he hit you with the funk. He hit you with the rhythm. He hit you with the cadence. He hit you with something that you just couldn't put into words into proper context. It was such a unique blend. It truly made your mind and your soul spin. It was such a mystic vibe. Where do I begin when I go and search? Going back in the day when I used to ride in my father's car and he would play this music, which was new to my ears because I hadn't been acquainted at the time. Yes, I was used to Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I was used to Isley Brothers and Stevie Wonder and such, etc. Ohio players. But the Roy Ayers' music, which I did like I did Earth, Wind, and Fire, had a sonic hit that felt African. It felt spiritual. Just the drums, just the musicality. It had such a richness. And it didn't sound like anyone else. He really had a uniqueness, and his voice hit you like that too. The songs. Everybody loves the sunshine. That was making you, he gave you a picture without having a picture in front of your face. Searching, which another song, which ironically, the past few weeks, I was definitely vibing on. Just wanted to listen to that kind of groove. I just wanted to go into that place. He put you in that kind of stratosphere. Then we get to a song, Don't Stop the Feeling, which that groove was so infectious. This is a guy that if he played a song for 6, 7 minutes, the vamp alone would hit you. And it would never let up. He was a jam man band in the studio. So when he brought it to the stage, it was a party, but it also made you feel something. It hit you in those pockets of emotion, of depth, and engaged you as a richness. Had a unique approach to creativity that just delivered. You could say he was also the father of neo soul because his musical textures were sampled in various works. You could hear him being used. He worked with the Roots. You could hear him with Erykah Badu, and you definitely had Ed O.G. Be a father use the saxophone line for Everybody Loves the Sunshine. He had that. He had those empty spots and places in his sound which resonated to artists to use them, and you could sample. You could use his music in so much totality. It was just amazing. And he definitely had a way of just hitting you with it. So organic. Of course, as being a big Rick James fan, and they did a record together, Double Trouble. But when Rick James called him out on Dance With Me, to this day, that still brought a smile on my face. And then later with the Stone City Band and Ladies' Choice. So that's among the things when he worked with artists that you knew and you vibe with. But you still couldn't pigeonhole him because he fit different genres, different styles, different schemes, different blends. His music had a distinctive texture and he could smooth it out. He could go in so many directions. He was just such a very talented all around artist, And people like Dr. Dre looked up to him. You're going to hear people from different walks of life, saying this man's name because that's what he represented. He definitely had a freedom in his music. He had a deference in his compositional skills, and he had a presentation which so vastly unique. Now, I still love the stuff he did with Wayne Henderson, formerly of the Crusaders, the late trombonist. Can You Dance was one of my cuts. Just hit you with such different, distinctive totality. He was very, very uh, ahead of the curve, and he will be missed. And I want to take the time to give Roy Ayers his flowers because this is truly a musical gumbo that you wanted to keep coming back for seconds, thirds, fourths, and fifths. Very unique, very spiritual, had a very sensuous feel to it, and it had a very melodic hit that you just can't even begin to put enough words in to express. So just truly an amazing talent and an artist that left a lasting impression, strong and distinctive, and one of those guys that just made you feel so much that will continue for generations to come. We're going to remember the late, great Roy Ayers. Age 84, I'm out. Peace.